Welcome in to Te Akau TV for a very, very, very special edition. Your Premiership leading trainer, Jamie Richards, is brimming ear to ear because he's just told me he's won a ham, which is a huge result at this time of year. Everybody needs a ham. I'm Louis Herman Watt. I'm brimming ear to ear because the racing's so good. Boxing Day at Ellerslie. There's obviously Boxing Day races around the country as well, but we're going to spend a lot of time focusing on the Auckland Racing Club. The fields are incredible. And the Tangerine, Te Akau, have an awesome team. Jamie, I know how much these big days mean to you. It's what keeps you up out of bed at whatever ghastly hour you get up, and you dream of these big days. Boxing Day, sum it up. What does it mean for you personally?
Yeah, it's bigger than Christmas for me, really. I got told off the other day for being a bit of a Christmas Grinch. Not that I don't enjoy Christmas, but I just enjoy Boxing Day more.
That's it. Look, at least you've got an excuse. I just don't really enjoy Christmas that much. But look, you've got your ham, so you're a happy boy. The horses are healthy. You've got a really strong team. The anticipation, what's the vibe down in Matamata with the stables?
Yeah, team's going well. A couple of winners there yesterday, and I was able to provide a bit of lunch by winning the trainer's prize and getting a bit of ham. So Mum's very happy about that. And the horses have prepared well. We've had a good week, and we're really looking forward to Boxing Day.
All right, well, let's rip in because there's lots, and we want to give each a good whack today. So it might be a little bit longer than usual, and then we'll let you carry on and do the rest of your work. But thanks for tuning into Te Akau TV always, wherever you are. We do love the support. Let's kick it off. Race 1, you don't wait long, and it's a nice horse, and we do love this horse. Star of Bombay and the Blue Bubble Taxis 1400. It's an open handicap worth 50 grand. And Craig Grills does the riding with 54 out of barrier 4, Jamie.
Yeah, she's coming off the back of a last start win at Ellerslie. It's sort of been just struggling to get her back in form a little bit before then, but she was really good back at Ellerslie with the blinkers on and one with a bit of authority. So we'd sort of, in the back of our minds, given a bit of thought to freshening her for the hallmark. I just believe that she's a better 1400-metre horse and she's a 1200-metre horse, hence why we've gone this option. And it does look a nice option for her. Small field, hopefully get up on the speed and be a really good chance. Her work's been spot on, and we're looking forward to seeing her go.
You said it, and that could really be the key for a lot of these races. I know Michael Guerin likes to talk about this a lot. On the speed on the first day of the Ellerslie Carnival at this time of year, is that where you'd be hoping that a lot of your horses, most of your chances can land?
Just depends on barrier draws and tempo. And that's why, OP, Danielle, Troy, that's why they're on, because when the gates open, they can sum it up. Just as an example, yesterday we had a horse called Navalha in at Matamata who we thought was going to be back and finding the line. Jumped well, he led, kicked and won, and OP, just went to plan B and summed it up so well. So, it comes down to the tempo of the race and where the horse is drawn, all of those sorts of things.
Well, you mentioned those three names and you're blessed. Well, you have the good horses. They want to ride them, but you are blessed with your jockeys that we get to do the riding for Te Akau. Race 3, the Sky City 1100. It's a 2-year-old race with $50,000. It's a really good 2-year-old race. And this is where the Karaka Million fans and people start kind of getting the gauge on, getting to line some of these nicer ones up. Let's start with Palamos out of barrier 8. Opie's on 57.5. Extreme Choice Colt, and he won well at Te Rapa. OP riding this horse rather than Sophisticato and Sneaky Shark, which we will get to in a second, is that just simply a weight thing, Jamie?
Yeah, more so than anything. He was down to probably look at riding Sneaky Shark, but just such a big day, he didn't want to. That would have been his lightest ride for the day, and his weight's only been okay. So he rides Palamos, who he likes. He tried up at Avondale the other day, where he's a little bit plain, but we've added the blinkers to his gear, and we think that's improved him a little bit. He's a bit of a hard horse to get a line on in his track work at home because he doesn't overexert himself. He just sort of does what he has to, but he's able to keep up with on Trivier on Tuesday morning. That should be good enough work to be going a nice race.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sophisticato, a bit wider from 12 with Troy Harris, 57.5. Won a while back at Avondale. It is a tougher draw for this Burgundy colt, Jamie.
Yeah, the draw makes it difficult for him, but he's going well. He's probably going to get back a little bit. He missed the kick away a little bit at Avondale, but he'll be finding the line. His work's been encouraging, and we're hopeful that he can have a bit of luck from that awkward barrier.
Sneaky Shark is a horse that we we've all got eyes on, really. A while ago, I think when Opie at the start of the spring was saying that it was the Capitalist Colt that was one that was he really was kind of enjoying and thought he had a lot of time for. Danielle Johnson does the riding. We just heard the weight situation there. Lots of promise. Was outgunned a little bit by Medley for a first start. Progression, and what could you expect here, Jamie?
Yeah, he's going really well. We like him. He's beaten by Miller Fiore on debut, but he'd only had one soft 700-meter trial, and he'd drawn an awkward barrier and did quite a bit of work up the rise there from the 1100-meter shoot. So soft draw, nice weight, fitness has improved. Not very often I would say that I think a maidener is a better chance over a one winner, but from the draw, I think he could be one of our better runners in that race.
And we have seen the markets move a little bit. You had a great yarn in the paper with in the New Zealand Herald this morning, and there's a little bit of kind of suspicion that Sneaky Shark, I don't know how long, whatever the odds are at the moment when you're watching this, I don't know how long they'll last by the time the race jumps. All right, we'll roll on. Race 4 on trivia, as you mentioned, the Auckland Co-op Taxi's 1,200. It's a rating 74, $50,000. Danielle Johnson. So there's a huge wrap on this Tavistock 4-year-old mare. Raced 3 times, won impressively twice, and then swooped so late, just missing at Avondale. What have you got on your hands here with this mare, Jamie?
A nice horse. She had a little freshen up after Avondale, a couple of nice wins. She tried really well the other day behind Levante, who was obviously favourite for the Railway. I think everybody that's following racing saw that trial, and hence why she's a very short price favourite, but her work's been good. Goes into the race in good shape. It's going to be a little bit tactical affair from the barrier, sort of 7 or 8 there with the scratching of Vamos BB. But yeah, really looking forward to her running. She's going really nicely.
Yeah, exciting horse to watch, and it probably has earned the short price, although $1.55 at the opening, it is skinny. Anyway, race 5, you mentioned it. It's the Hallmark Stud Handicap, open handicap race over 1,200 meters. It's for $60,000. It's a listed race, of course, and Vamos Baby gets an inside draw from 2. Danielle Johnson with a really light weight. An I Am Invincible mare who's got lots of talent, and last start at Ellerslie got back and was screaming home wide, and I think it was Madam Haas, or one of the James Wellwood runners, that had the favour in the run and got up on the line there. It looks promising though, Jamie. So how's Vamos Baby worked, and where would you kind of suggest she's at?
Yeah, she's in good shape. Not really like us to run a 2-win horse in a listed race like this, sort of out of the handicaps a little bit, but been talking to the form experts, and they sort of thought that she was going well enough to be competitive in this. She's drawn a nice low barrier. Hopefully she can get out of the machine and race up and behind the speed somewhere, and her closing sectionals of her last run at Ellerslie were as good as anything all day, if not the best, and she certainly is a mare that we've got a lot of time for. She's very well bred, owned by Brent and Cherry Taylor, and if she was able to pick up any black type there on Boxing Day, she's certainly a very valuable commodity.
She's almost there to do a job.
Yep, absolutely she is. But make no doubt about it, she's good enough to win as well.
Awesome. Race 6, Shawswire Ropes Uncle Remus Stakes, 3-year-old. A lovely race here, 1,400 metres for $60,000. And Opie at 58.5 rides Brando out of 8. And gee whiz, the son of Savabeel, he got it right last time at Te Rapa. He's a striking black colt with a lovely looking action. When he leveled up, it was pretty special stuff. So what's your... I know you've got a lot of time for him and you've had a bit of an opinion. What's your thinking going into Boxing Day here, Jamie?
Yeah, he's in good shape. I was really pleased with the way that he attacked the line at Te Rapa. He's left a sitting duck in front when Tinker McPhee beat him, and then Deep Beauty, tried to run him down at Tiara, and he kicked back, and that horse has gone on and won this last couple. And the form around him is very strong, so I don't think we'll rush him too much early. This is one of those races, Louis, where I'm hoping that there's going to be a bit of tempo, because drawn 8 of 10, he could end up in a bit of a tricky spot. So we'll just leave that up to OP, see how he jumps and make a bit of a plan from there. But he's in good shape. His work's been spot on. Excellent.
Yeah. No, we'll just let Opie do his thing and time that race to perfection, as we know he can do. Race 7, the Stella Artois 1,500 metre championship final. It's a great series that they've run here. I commend them for everyone involved here for $80,000 over the 1,500. Mai Tai been going pretty well from gate 8 with Danielle Johnson carrying 54. The mare, she won Super at Te Rapa last start. It was good to get her back in the winner's circle, no doubt. It's a good series and it's a good field though, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, very good field. She's off a rating of 68 and the horse Super Strike there. We've come out of a 65 at Te Rapa, whereas he's won an open 14. So I think they're going to have to be very good to beat the top weights, my personal opinion. But we're certainly looking forward to running her up there, and do believe that she's good enough to hold her own. Obviously, we're chasing a bit of money, but it's a field where there's a lot of different form lines coming into it. Maroney's obviously got good form from Te Rapa. We spoke about Deep Beauty. Brando narrowly beating him. Edit's been great. So, this is a good series. And as you say, well done to Stella Artois for getting in behind it and making a fist of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Race 8, Jameson Park, 8 Carat Classic. Love this race. 3-year-olds over the mile for $100,000. And Armelina from 12, again, she just keeps drawing out a little bit, doesn't she? Opie carrying 56.5. Drew out last time, but I don't know, she picked them up in kind of scintillating fashion. What did you take out of that race that you can look at into this one?
Well, to be fair, we're probably a bit surprised when she got beat first up. And, felt like we could hopefully turn the tables around when we went to Ellerslie and purposely went up there to have a bit of a look around before this race when they added it. The form experts, the second horse has come out and won impressively, beating Moana, who's also in the race at Te Rapa last Saturday. A couple of weeks back there. It was last Saturday, wasn't it? Sorry,
it was last Saturday.
So we're really happy with her. I think the step up to the mile is no problem. She's got a nice pedigree. Just need to see Opie at his best to overcome the barrier, which we know he can.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, we know he'll be dialed in. Talk to me, Jamie. Karaka Classic.
Yep, why not? Let's have a go. We've got a couple sort of lined up there, but should be right at the top of the pile. There's a couple of other horses that are coming through. Supreme Khan that was in the South Island. Another horse called Perfect Scenario, who we don't mind, who's had a little bit of a freshen up. So, we've got some nice horses for it. Probably no clear-cut standout like Probably was last year, but some nice horses to have a go at it anyway.
Excellent stuff. No, that's cool. And a lot of people have been wondering, and she just looks like she's got bucket loads of talent. So hopefully you can get it right. Hey, race 9, it's the feature. The Group 1, the Cambridge Studs Abeel Classic. It's weight for age over 2,000 metres for $200,000. And if I read the paper, and if I was reading correctly, In a Twinkling from Gate 2 with Opie Bosson, I mean, it ticks boxes straight away, doesn't it? He's a fast net rock gelding, and I think you might have a little bit of time for him in this race, potentially, Jamie.
Yeah, we don't mind him. He's a good winner of the Candies Cup. Last start, he's had a little trip up to Ellerslie and a gallop since then. And he goes into the race in really good shape. His work's been spot on. Hard to be confident with him because he is a little bit of an enigma, but he's going really well, and hopefully he's going to step up to weight for age and give a good account of himself.
Yeah, it's funny with these horses that are enigmas, as you say. Do you have a gut feel on them? And is there any point in having a gut feel? Because you can just turn up, you can say one thing or think one thing and turn up and do the other. Do you have any inkling?
Yeah, he's in really good shape. I'm very pleased with him. His work's been spot on, and he looks fantastic. So be disappointed if he wasn't able to run in the top 3 or 4. But it is a step up out of a handicap up into weight for age and a little while between runs. But I think everything looks pretty good up there for him on Saturday, and really looking forward to that race.
It's not often that you get a weight for age Group 1 where you can make a case for probably 3/4 of the field. It is wide open, and he already has taken some betting, and that's probably because of the Herald's massive readership and giving him a spruik there. So there's bits of that. So it's good news. And look, the team that you've got lining up on Saturday would be as good as you'd get all year round, probably. And I know you set high standards for yourself, but you must be happy with this cohort of horses you're taking up.
Yeah, really excited about these horses. They've all worked well. this week. All their little things that we check on are good, and they look well and happy and eating well. So be disappointed if we weren't able to pull something off. But again, it's one of the biggest days of the year and really competitive racing. So a lot of respect for the other runners as well.
All right, Jamie, thank you for your time. Go enjoy your ham, a little bit of mustard, white bread, some butter, a little bit of mustard, and just some ham. Oh, you can't beat it. How good's Christmas? Tell you what, not as good as Boxing Day, and that's where we'll be. You'll see Jamie and I on track. Say g'day, make yourself known, support the Tangerine, wear your hats, get around it. It's a fantastic day. Good luck to everybody doing the riding, all of the connections, all of the horses, of course, and yourself, Jamie, Dave and Karen. Absolutely love this stuff. What was that?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, wow, what a treat. See you, buddy.